Hello friends, how are you doing today? This is Sherry. Please join me for working on a journal today. I'm kind of like starting a new journal. So I'm really excited to just get going on this. So I've already made the cover because I had made a couple of these covers made out of wallpaper for Wallpaper Wednesday, and this was the second one. The first one was the bird journal, which I already finished and already did those videos. And so if you haven't seen the bird journal made out of wallpaper, the base was wallpaper, I could link that below, or if I forget to link it, just look back for in my videos for a couple weeks and you'll see a few videos about my bird journal. And so yeah, this is made out of wallpaper here, and what I did was I believe I covered like file folder. So under here is wallpaper. This I picked up at a thrift store. This wallpaper was given to me by Maria of Maria's Miscellany. And I picked up this little piece at, this little flower. I'm calling it a sunflower. I don't know if it's really sunflower, but I think it looks like a sunflower. And so it was puffy. It was filled with cotton, and it had a back on. So it had two layers of this like burlap. Plain on the back, this flower on the other side, and stuffed with cotton. So I took it apart. I just made a little slit, or I guess I cut off the back, and because I wasn't sure, I remember I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. So I remember making a little slit and taking the cotton out, and I was like, no, maybe I did leave two layers here. I think I did. Yeah, I think I see two layers of burlap here. That must be what I did. It's been a while now. But yeah, I just made a little slit in the bottom and took the cotton out. And then here I see it looks like I've glued the two layers together. And then I glued that on here after I, got my wallpaper ready. And my little fabric on the spine here. This is sewn all around. The fabric is sewn down. And I think on the front and back, or at least on the back here. And then the wallpaper is all sewn around too, to hold everything together. I think there's 3 layers here all together. So you've got the wallpaper. Well, this is actually another layer there. So if you want to count that, that's 2. And then you've got the file folder underneath. And then you've got another layer of pretty vintage sheet here on the inside. So, oh yeah, you can see the sewing there. That's the back. Excuse me. I just suddenly got a choking sensation. But yeah, so this is a pretty vintage sheet, and I put these little these are pieces of the vintage sheet also that I cut, and I think it looks like I put it all the way through here. And just a second, let me take a drink. I put it all the way through here, a strip of the sheet, so that makes it really nice and strong. And I also sewed it. When I was sewing, I made sure to catch everything under the sewing. So like this is caught under there. All 3, 2 or 3 layers here. I guess it's 3. It's 3 sheet, wallpaper, and the file folder that's in between. So 3 layers plus the sheet here. That was a long explanation, I know, but just wanted you to understand how I made the cover. So, and I got a nice long tie that can make a nice tie closure here. This is a vintage sheet which I hand tore. So, I'm going to be, I don't know if any more threads will come off of there, but it's not a big deal. You just pull them off. Nothing's going to happen to this if you pull a couple of threads off of there. You know what I mean? So I'm going to need this to measure my pages, because what I thought I'd do today is start getting the pages in here. So what I did when I was making the bird journal, when I came across a page that I thought I would, or paper that I thought I'd want to use in here, I put it, I had this in a basket over there, I had my little organizer basket, and I started, I had this in there, and I started putting papers in there. So I do have a good stack of papers here, right here. Let me show you. To start with, all of these I put aside for pages. Here's a couple more. This one has some dragonflies on it. I've got some stickers here, and I've got a little post-it, the tri-fold little vintage postalettes there. I've got a pretty, when I was looking for a card for the bird journal, I found this one. I didn't find it like a sunflower, but this was nice and yellowy, and it's very vintage, and I thought never used, and an envelope, so I thought those would be good in here. And I found this in my ephemera, just a little piece of, this was printed a while ago when I did a sunflower journal for one of my design team projects for Studio 28E. That's from Sherry's Sunflower Kit. I have this. I would like to find a way to at least use one of these. These are, gosh, little, this is a flower matching game, but really pretty little cards are in here with flowers. They're not too thick. Like, see, they're really not, I've seen memory games with thicker cards, and these are not that thick. They're thick, but not, you know, they could be twice as thick is what I'm saying. So I might look through there and see if I can find, excuse me, some yellow flowers, or if I can't, I'll just get a flower out of there. But here's a bunch of sunflowers right on the top of the box. So I'm sure I'll find some sunflowers in there. And then I have a book here. This is one of the books that I got a lot of my bird images out. This is a nature book, so it has all kind of animals and flowers and birds in here, but I want to look for some flowers in here, flower pages. It's very beautiful flowers in here, as you can see. And then I also pulled this book out, which haven't used this one yet, but I am willing to take it apart. That's what I have it in my stash for. And it's, if you saw Butterflies and Moths, so this book has really beautiful images in it of butterflies and, you know, nature. So I thought maybe I could use some butterfly pages out of here. There's a gorgeous one. So look at that. Yeah, there's a couple of really beautiful pages in there I would like to use, because this is nice and big and wide, and I can probably just, if they don't come out as a whole light piece, that I could, you know, as a whole 2 pages, I can always hinge them together. So let's get started on putting some pages in here and see how much time we can get done in during this video. So let's see. I'm going to put these things aside that are extra, like just we'll put them in when we're ready. So let's just start folding pages and see what we need to cut off. This is a little, you know, like handwriting page that I had pulled out one of these for my bird journal too. So I'm thinking about, the most I usually put in a little, this is just going to be one signature. So the most I usually put in a journal like that is 20 pages, because if you put any more than that, it gets to be where by the time you put in pockets and ephemera, if you put more than that, it's like, you know, it gets to where, like, the person that gets it is like, wow, where's the room for my stuff? You know what I mean? So here's a calendar page. I pulled that out when I was doing the bird journal. This is a really beautiful garden page here. This is from 1985. Isn't it look cool on the side, the calendar side? So when you do these, you know, I want the flower upright, and so you fold it in half, and then you have your calendar, but your calendar is always going to be upside down. It's just the way it is on most calendars. So I do have the bunny page that I was going to use on the other one, and I didn't use it because I decided to use a bird page instead. So I don't know. I put it in here, but I don't know if I'm going to use it in this one, because I might just go more for the flower. So I'm going to put that on the bottom here. And just because I love the bunny page, but I just want to, you know, see how many, like I said, I'm kind of limited anyway. So like we've already got, what, 2 pages. So now I need 18 more. So here's, oh, I guess I pulled this out of, that's out of the book. This is out of the book I showed you just now, the big one, the big nature book. So yeah, these I have to hinge together. They're, like you saw, it was partially together, but not all the way together. So what I will do, take this and measure first, because it's too tall. And then, see, first I'll cut off my white spaces, and then just see how much I have left. Like usually by the time I cut off my white spaces, It's pretty much the size I want or need. But I do pay attention to what I'm cutting off. So, like, see how pretty these flowers are. And this is just kind of like leaves on the bottom here. Let's see what's inside here. Yeah, see, just leaves. So whatever length I need cut off, I'll probably just cut off the bottom so I don't cut off any of that the pretty flowers on the top of those pages. So just make a little, I mean, I could, it's almost big enough for a pocket actually. If I wanted to make a little tuck spot, like a little tuck pocket on the bottom here, it really is big enough for a pocket. I might just make pockets out of these. Let's see. So if I open it up like this would be a pretty center page. But I could do it like this. And this. And then hinge these together. And it would probably be good. So, let's see, I have to get a hinge. I don't have a hinge right here right now. So these are ready to go. I just need to hinge those together. And let's see what we have next here. I have two hymn book pages. These are already together, so that's nice. But they do need to be cut down a little. Let's see how wide. The width is pretty perfect, but just a little bit off. Maybe let's just cut a little bit off the bottom here. And it might be perfect. Let's see. If I have to tweak these later, I will. Like when I actually get them in there, you know how the pages protrude a little bit more and more as you put the pages in. That's after I, I get them all in here. Then I kind of just tweak them one by one. Okay, that looks good. All right, so that one's ready. This is that composition book paper that I coffee dyed, and the blue lines that were on this particular composition book paper ran, so it gave it this blue hue all over, which I think is a nice effect. So I'm going to put one of those in there. Just a really pretty coffee dyed and blue coloring. Let's see. So we've got, where'd my other two pages go? Oh, they're right here. Okay, so this is 3 pages. Okay, so let's kind of get these going in order. Let's see. I might put that flower book in the middle, the flower pages, but if I don't, I'll put the calendar in the middle. But right now I'm going to put the calendar right here. And then I'll put this flower page. This is a flowery stationery. And then this. And then we'll put this over here. Now look how many pages we have already. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the flowery pages will be 6, I believe. So let's see. How's the hymn book page doing? Because that's the biggest one. So far, so good. Okay, now I've got avocado dyed graph paper here. Sometimes I know you can't see the squares in the camera when it's not right up to it, but this is graph paper or grid paper. So that one we'll put in a second. And then we've got some coffee dyed, another coffee dyed composition book paper, but this one didn't run. See, that one's got its blue lines. So on this one, I kind of cut it down and do, I'm going to do flip outs on this one. So it's nice and wide, see? So I'm going to do flip outs. I just need to get the length. So let's cut it right here. And what did I say right there? I think that's what I said. So I hope everyone's going to have a good week. We're almost to Christmas. And I'm finishing up projects as we're getting toward the end of the year. That's why this was sitting there, and I wanted to go ahead and, get these projects. I don't like things sitting around, projects sitting around. So I had this one. Let's see, I need to get my fold out length here. So about right. I wanted it a little bit smaller than a hymn book page because I might have to cut a little bit of that off later. We just have to wait and see. So about, let me do it like this. The hymn book page is the farthest it can go out. So let me see. I'm not cutting off. I'm folding. Yeah. So Okay, let me do it like this. So I'm going to fold it like this. I was going to mark it, but I can just fold it like this. See, I want it to fold the other way, but I'll just fold it like this. I'm a little bit in from the hymn book page here. I put on this jacket because I was cold, and now I'm getting hot. Might have to pause and take it off. It's warm outside, but it's cold in the house. I always say that. It's cold in here. We don't keep our heater on very high. Just enough to take the chill off. But it's still chilly in here sometimes. So, okay, let me take this off. Maybe I won't have to pause. Whew. Need some air. Okay, that's better. I got a little heater on in here too, so that's not helping. Okay, it's helping me to be warm. Okay, so see, okay, so I want to turn this around now that I have my width. I want it to go in this way, so now that I know where it's folding, I can just kind of turn it around without making another crease. Right on the same crease. Okay, got that one ready. And then I'm going to go over here and get this one ready. Turn that one around. You can fold it either way. I just wanted to fold this way. But I could have folded the other way. It doesn't matter. I just like, you know, this particular one I wanted to fold that way. Okay, what's next? Some coffee dyed paper. I wanted to put a few of those in. Maybe, I was thinking maybe, what do I have here? I have 5 pieces here. I don't know if I'll put all those in. Let's start with 2. I'm just going to fold them in half. And let's see. So these are the perfect width. Let's see, the height is a little tall, not enough for a pocket. So about 1/2 inch or so off here. I'm going to go for it. Let's see how much we can get done. Because next is, well, I'll probably sew in the pages next and then decorate and put ephemera in the pockets. So that's the fun part, the most fun part. Okay, so coffee dyed. Okay, definitely need some more coffee dyed. 2 more. Let's see what we can do with these. Fold them in half. And a little length. Let's see, let me try to make it the same as this one. All right, there. Wait a minute. Okay, about right there. Okay. So, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna have to count the pages in a second. 1, well, no, I don't want to count yet. I want to put these coffee dyed pages in here. So we got coffee dyed, composition, the handwriting, coffee dyed, calendar. Let's put one here. And then we'll put one here. And like I said, I didn't know if I wanted 5, so let's count our pages and see how we're doing. Because I want to take some pages out of this butterfly book too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're almost halfway there. Oh, and 10, the flower page that I have right here. Well, let's go ahead and put in, so that was 9, 10, right? So that's halfway. This is going to be a page. So what I do is just fold this, let's see, on the creases that came with it. So, and then put this in as a page. You just have this as a page, this as a page, and this as a little, you know, flip out or a tuck spot. Let me grab a paper clip because that's what I did when I was making my bird journal, because this kept flipping out and getting in my way. And now I know, so I'm ready for it. So let's stick it in here where we need some color. Maybe right here in the front. How about that? Right there. So we've got the little, and now our card. Let's see how, it's not, I'll tell you about the envelope in a second. So this is perfect. Don't have to cut it down or anything. So we've got that yellow post-it. Let's put the card right here. So that was 10, 11, 12 pages. And my goal is 20. So you see how the hymn book page is sticking out. Let's see how we're doing here though. See, now it's starting to get a little bit too far in the, well, I can see it. Yeah, I mean, it's just barely too far out. And I could move it around so that's more in the, if it's more in the front, it'll protrude out less this way. But let's see if we can get, oh, I didn't put my graph paper in there. That's, what is it? What did I say, 12? That would be 13. So let's put that in there. Let's put this right here. Looks like we needed a bigger page right there. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to have to trim that. It's bugging me already. It's just bugging me. Even if I change it to a different spot, it's just bugging me. So just cut a little sliver off here and then it'll be good to go. And it won't bug me anymore. Okay. 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 See how much better that is? Look how pretty it is already. Yeah. Love it. Okay, so this, let's see, I haven't even taken this apart yet, so I don't know how hard this is going to be. Let me grab, I'm just trying to see, can I use my scissors or do I need a knife here? This could be a cute glue book too here. This would be a cute cover for a glue book, wouldn't it? So I want to, like, I would put a new spine on it. But I would like to get the pages out in, you know, signatures. And I think they are in signatures. So let me grab, this is really, because it goes way down in the spine here. Okay, let me grab my little knife. Just one second. Okay, so I've got my little knife, as I called it. It's kind of big, isn't it? But yeah, I just got this at Dollar Tree. So if you need one, $1 at Dollar Tree plus tax, right? Okay, so how is this coming out? Okay, I see. It doesn't matter if I cut the spine because I am, like I said, I should put it down here. Move that over. Because I would make a new spine. I'm just trying to see how, if this is in with thread, and you know, some of the old books are really, I mean, sewn in, glued in, stapled in. This is not super old, but it is vintage. I have my little, I keep this on my desk to protect from glue and cutting, things like that. I can drag it out here when I need it. Okay, see, I'm going to be struggling with this for a minute, so I might pause you and take this apart, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I got that book apart. I ended up, you know, I made a couple of little slits. Like, I didn't even cut the spine or anything, I don't think. No, still together. But I just made a couple of slits on either side, and I was able to pull it out. But then, you know, the book block here, but then it had staples. So what I do, in case you run into, did I get them all out? Yeah, I think I did. But what I do when I run into big staples or any kind of staples is use these two tools right here. So I'll try the staple remover and try to loosen up, you know, either side, and then I pull and tug on it with these. These are just, you know, little pliers, my little jewelry pliers. And it's amazing that you can kind of loosen it up and then pry it out with these little pliers. It really works for me anyway. So I just was going to let you know that little tip. So let's see, where's that pretty butterfly page I saw? This one here. Oh, this one's really pretty. Let's see. So that is, of course, that was not connected. That was not connected. So we can hinge that back together if we want to use that one. And these look like they're all connected. So let's see some of these, what these have on them. Okay, so it's basically this butterfly page and then that one, and then two text pages, front and back. This was really pretty. It has some yellow on it, and yellow leaves. I really like this one. So we can use more than one, but that might be my favorite. And it has this little moth on it, really pretty. Kind of almost looks like a hummingbird, but it's not. Here's another pretty. There's several pretty butterfly pages in here, aren't there? So and this one, let's pull them all out. These are very pretty. Oops, I forgot to turn on my timer. Have it on my TV there. Okay, so this is pretty. Let's have a little silkworm over here, caterpillar. So, all right, so let's see. Let's pick a couple of these. I like that yellow one. Let's see, let's definitely use that yellow one. Where'd that go? Under here. Well, okay, so not there. Not there. This one I liked because, oh, this is it right here. Okay. So let's put this one in here and see how it looks. We need to choose a first page. So one of these butterfly pages would be a pretty first page. Definitely too tall. So let's choose this one and one more at least for the first page. This would be a pretty first page with all those butterflies. Open up and you have all those butterflies. That would be pretty. Or I just want to see if there's one with butterflies all over. Is there one like that, or do they all have writing on them, you know, text? Yeah, I think they all have text on them. Okay. Yeah, okay. I see what we got going on here. Let me see this one. Yeah, I really like this one too. Since this is apart, what I could do is, and I kind of did this on the other one, I kind of took it apart and turned it around because it was just such a beautiful bird picture, and made this, you know, then I would hinge it over here. I would trim this. It's going to have to be trimmed anyway, and make that my first, because this is the prettiest one right here, maybe for the first page. And then I'll put this one inside. So this one needs to be hinged too. So I've got 2 pages I need to hinge. Now you can just turn it on its side, you know, and be done like that. But I kind of want to hinge it so it's upright. I've been doing that lately. A little extra work, but I really like the outcome. So let's see. We've got coffee dyed, the postulette. Let's see, we need some color in here, I think. Maybe right here. Just need to see how much we need to cut this down. Quite a bit, actually. So I'm going to cut off, let's see. Let me turn it around real quick because I want to make sure I don't cut off anything, any of the pretty flowers here and butterflies and leaves and things. So let's just make a little trim here at the top, and then we'll cut off the bottom. Yes. Okay, let's measure. Now we only need a sliver off the bottom. Okay, cool. I think that's right. And then, yeah, that should be good. Now the sides, we can do a fold up. We can trim, or both. So let's see how we want to do this. What will we be folding in? See, I could, what might be better, even though this is together, see all this white space here? I think would be best is to go ahead and take this apart and then put it back together, so they don't have all this wasted space, so I don't have to cut off any of this or even fold it over, you know. So yeah, I think I'm going to work on that. Well, I have a few minutes here, so let me put this to the side. Oh, here's my other pages that are possibilities. So we'll put some more of those in a second. We'll just work on this one for a minute. So let me look at it here. So yeah, if we're going to take it apart, we'll just cut right here, right up to this little border. It's like a little frame around the page. All right. And then we'll cut off this border. That's going to be too wide still, so let's see. Just want to see what I'm cutting off. Nothing there. It should be good. I should be able to cut right up to this leaf right here. So let me do that. And see where we're at. Like I'm trying not to cut off anything, right? Okay, so this guy's got his tail there, and there's a butterfly and some leaves over here. So I think if I just cut right up to that guy's tail, I should be okay. This little moth. Now let's measure. I know it's still too wide, so we're going to see what we can do here. Well, you know what we could do? Let me see. Let me just see how wide it actually is. Maybe it's not too bad. Not too bad, not too bad. Maybe we won't need to. It looks okay. So I think I'm going to leave it for now. And then if I need to cut off more later, I will, maybe. Yeah. What I could do, instead of hinging it with another hinge is, well, that's still going to be, see, I'm not covering up anything there. So I could hinge it like this. Maybe that's what I'll do. Make it a little shorter that way, you know, a little less wide. I think that'll work. So if I do it like that, yeah, I think that'll work. Let's try it. Let's try it. I'll do it right on video. Y'all can see I got about 2 minutes here, so let's go for it and see what happens. This is just text, so I'm going to put a little glue right here. And you know, when you need your glue to work, it just sometimes lets you down. Like, I have 2 minutes, mister. Start working. Okay. All right. So this is what I'm talking about. Whew, this is scary. I don't want to mess this up because it's so pretty. Let's see. I think I'm going to put it like this. I don't know which way it was, but I'm going to put it like this. I think it was this way. Put it right up to the words there, and if I need more glue on the edge, I'll put some more in there. Okay, so we've got our pages back together. Feels like might not need any more glue. Okay, and then I'll just fold this in half and see how that measures, and I can check this side too for any needed glue.